we done here. We're going to give my daughter a phone call. I need to talk to Nicole Monroe. That's my daughter.
Hello.
Hey, what you doing?
Nothing.
So, one of my contractors is called Appliance Repairman. They do have dispatch in Raleigh-Durham.
Okay.
So what will happen if you do choose to do it is that they will be contacting you, and you're going to say all the good things, or you can text me the questions if you're confused. Her name is going to be Linda, and what we're going to do is got a new add-on.
This is Jill. Please leave me a message.
I'm calling 678-378-7112 for Richard Stallings. This is Doug Monroe with Monroe Appliance Repair, calling you to let you know I have accepted the call on your Whirlpool oven, and I am currently en route to your location. Should be pulling up in your yard between the hours of 12:25, 12:35. You can give me a call back, 762-444-2168. Thank you. All right. Go back. Recent. Understand. Don't keep the numbers I want it to keep. Done. All right, let's roll out.
Thank you for calling Out Empty Phone. Please hold while I try to connect you. Hold on, babe. Yeah.
Trailers everywhere back up in the motherfucker. Look, y'all. I'm in the woods, Griffin, Georgia. We gonna ride out to Carrollton. See about somebody's Whirlpool oven.
Hey, puppy.
What's going on with you? So that's what's happening. She at home. I can tell by her voice she can't wait somebody to call me. So hopefully, hey, we're getting them options going for us. Shit. Now I just got to add on to another call. I'm headed to Carrollton, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Carrollton, Georgia is like way west Alabama line. If you want to go around, you can. Try to give it to you, bro. I mess with this. Go straight. I'm in Ztella. Are you watching?
No, I just got to work some.
Oh, what you doing? You just got. How did it go?
It went okay. I ain't done.
Oh, so did they go in your butt?
No, she's setting that up. I have to do a mammogram,
Oh.
colonoscopy, ultrasound. She wants to look at my fallopian tubes and make sure, there's no baby.
So they didn't go on your butt? Yeah. Come in for a mammogram, they do us. What they call that?
Colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy for a breast exam. Okay. I've been there, got fired. I'll be in everybody's butt. Let me see you. I went in for a breast exam. This nigga all in my butt.
Yeah, no. That appointment up.
So the day was successful down here, and now I'm going to try to see what's going on in Carrollton. It's a gas oven. Probably need an igniter. So.
Alrighty, so I clocked in at 10:30. Let me see, 10:30, 11 to 12.
You'll be home at 7.
3:30. I'm gonna leave
You
here
gotta put
at
them hours in. You gotta put your 8 hours in.
No, I'll leave at 3:30 and just use some PTO hours. I have PTO.
Oh, that's how many hours? Are you doing how? Oh, you can't go over 40 hours, is what you're saying.
Right. Right, and I have some PTO hours if I need to use it. Matter of fact, I gotta check and see where I stand with my hours. Because I wanted to come home at 3:30 and then I could make the sandwiches. That way we'll have enough time to get dressed, get out, pack up the truck or whatever we're driving and go.
We're taking Burt game.
Okay.
Are
we taking the basket?
We're taking Burt game.
Okay. Alright, cool. We could do that. And I guess if you get home before me, pull out one of our outfits.
What outfit?
You could put.
Well, can I wear what I got with my job business on the back so people can take my phone number?
Okay. All right, babe.
You're trying to be all coordinated. Let's just get fucking drunk, man. Ain't nobody all coordinated.
Ain't nobody like us.
I know, but we in our own time. We gotta relax.
We always relax.
All right, go to work. Love you.
Looking good as we're doing it. Yeah, bye. Love you too. Bye.
Straight west. All right, guys. Carrollton, Georgia. Here we go. What we got going on with P. Diddy Puff Daddy?
Some exhibits that will continue to be played. Homeland Security investigator by the name of Joseph C. is ready to take the stand. He could be the last person. He could end up today. We're only to 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock. We're not here to 3, so we got a 1 o'clock dealing. So I don't even think they'll probably break for lunch. I think they'll just break here, and lunch is lunch at 1 o'clock when court is adjourned. I don't think they'll do that 12:30 lunch break like they normally do. So I think once this break is over in the next 10 minutes, they're just going to go for the next hour and a half and call it a day. But the question is, ladies and gentlemen, will that be the end of the day? And the question is, will the prosecution be able to get this agent off the stand before the end of the day? If not, we'll be back Monday with the prosecution ending. And then the defense will probably be on for about a week next week, all next week. As we've discussed, looks like the first 2 defense witnesses are former staff members of Sean P. Diddy Combs, 2 former staff members and a paralegal that works in the defense. Those are the first 3 witnesses. Defense witness Vashta Wilson will be testifying, I believe, first, followed by an individual named Stephen Lind will be testifying, then a paralegal, and then possibly also a defense witness, a doctor, bringing in a doctor by the name of Alexander Barday. That's 4. We don't know who's on beyond that. We don't know if Diddy's going to hit the stand. Doubtful, considering if Cassie and some of these other victims were on multiple days. You would think if Diddy had the dare took the stand, he'd be on for a long time. Longer than that 2 to 5 days. But imagine just bringing 2 to 5 days worth of witnesses, considering that we're into week 7. We're to week 7, aren't we? My goodness, time flies. It's crazy, time flies. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So I'm gonna take a step away for about a minute or two while we're on break. Get yourself something to drink. We'll be back in about a minute or two, and then we will continue testimony to the end of the day today to 1 o'clock, and get with this Homeland Security investigator what they say. So I'm gonna fill up some coffee and be back in a minute or two. Stand by. Thank you for watching Magnolia and JLR Investigates as we cover the Sean P. Diddy case live testimony. Y'all are great. Be right back. Hey, all right, coffee. More coffee, third cup. All right, so there's still some things Magnolia's been putting up on the screen. JLR organized his chat and went and made some coffee. I know, right? Cheers. Rico! You need coffee. We need to be energized. We need to get every meticulous detail of this trial. For real. All right, so they're saying, all right, some things are going on. Magnolia has been putting them on the screen. I'm just going to recap here. With the jury out, Holmes' Garagos. We want to read in the next page. Miss Ventura saying, I love our freak golfs when we both want them. So Combs, again, defense wants to hone in that Cassie was at times initiating the freak offs or even wanting the freak offs or saying she's enjoying the freak offs, saying things like that. The judge, there are in evidence, but for some reason we are just reading these to the jury. There were no objection by the defense. The defense goes, this leaves a prejudicial impression with the jury. The judge says, what's your basis for what you want to do? We didn't know they were only going to read portions. Judge says, you just want to read the 4 messages. Yes. So they want to put some stuff in. They want the jury to hear more of that conversation about freak offs. And they feel like the government only played select things and the defense should be able to play certain things for the jury too. Particularly, they're looking for Cassie saying that she loves the freak offs. She loves the freak offs. Again, the whole defense strategy in this whole trial has been consensual. Everything is consensual. Everything's adult, it's consensual, not criminal. So they want the jury to see that. So I'm assuming the judge is going to allow the defense to put in those 4 messages. Because the judge is like, you want to read those 4 messages? Yes. But we'll see if the defense or the prosecution objects to that. The court is on a break, so the jury is out of the room. So ironing out what the jury can hear and what can't. The defense wants stuff omitted. showing that Cassie was talking about freak-offs in a good way. In a good way. So we got that aspect. Man. Delicious coffee. So we should be on break probably for the next 5 minutes or so. Sometimes they give me about 15 minutes or whatever like that. Just like all of us, we kind of need breaks after hour and a half. Need to get up and stretch our legs.
Yeah, after an hour and a half of listening to
use the
porn.
restroom, get something to drink, eat, whatever, stretch. But here we are. Here we are, folks. Continuous coverage. This could be the last. This could be the last witness here for the prosecution. Make it count. Let's see. Who could this investigator? Well, like we've already heard from the agent that found all that stuff in the hotel at the time of Diddy's arrest in New York. We've already heard from the agent that was part of the raid of his Star Island home. We've already heard from the agent who was involved with the raid at his Los Angeles home. We also heard of an agent that extracted things from Cassie's devices, which showed the Frank Black profile. We've heard from 4 agents. Here's a fifth. Who could this guy be? Are we talking about? Oh, maybe the agent about the arrest, Brandon Paul. Yeah, I'm thinking of the arrest of Brandon Paul. That's probably what this agent is about. Probably, maybe not. What would this agent talk about? Some of the other things, because you notice each of these raids, you get an agent to talk about it. We shall see. We shall see, because Brendan Paul says something. You got to corroborate what Brendan Paul says. Each and every one of these people have been corroborated in some way, shape, or form, whether it's someone else by testifying or some sort of document or exhibit or record to corroborate. All about the corroboration. Court is on a short break. I hope you all have a great weekend this weekend. I'm ready for the defense. I think the defense, I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear what the defense is to this. Like, are they going to, like, what are they going to say? Like, what can they say? What can the defense say? My mind has been thinking nonstop since this trial started. Like, what can the defense be? And then when it's revealed that it's 2 workers that are going right off the rip, I'm like, okay, what is that going to prove? That just Combs is a likable guy. He works. He's a go-getter. His company's legit. We work hard. He strives for excellence. He's just, he wants the best. He pushes people because he wants the best. All right, so the judge agreed. He says, I think it's fair for the defense to read the 4 messages. AUSA just wants to say, I didn't intend to be misleading. So if your court is saying that these 4 should be read, I should be the one to read them. Judge says, fine. Now we'll have a break. So maybe even the prosecution's going to read those 4 messages, not the defense. Here's what Magnolia put up on the screen, just to recap what's happening. After Brendan Paul left the stand, the AUSA began entering exhibits like audio and text messages presented to the jury with no witness on the stand. Documents, receipts. How about that? We'll use the word receipts, just like that agent Sandcar in Penland, the paralegal Sandcar and the agent Penland did on Tuesday. We didn't even have court Wednesday. We still got to hang out a little bit. We were hanging out on Wednesday morning. We had the suspense music. All right, so now they officially went on break. So maybe the jury gets an extended break. We might be here maybe to 11:45, I think, because, the judge is going to go take a break too, because they were ironing all that. So they need breaks too. The parties need breaks. Then they call for a break, and they are now hashing out what portions of these exhibits the defense would like to present when the jury comes back in. All right, so CNN has some context to some of these messages, and I'm going to read this. I'm going to read the CNN. It's a new report that just came out, so it's pretty lengthy here. We'll get that up on the screen in a second. All right, so it's titled here, "You treat me like a hooker, to be honest."
No shit.
Cassie Ventura says in text to Combs. Oh,
No shit.
the jury saw messages between Sean Diddy Combs and his former girlfriend Cassie Ventura between March 12th and the 14th in 2017. So later on, when the back end of their relationship, because eventually she's gone in 2018, she finally goes, gets away from him. "You treat me like a hooker, to be honest." Combs sent Ventura a hotel room number and then told her to call him. Hours later, Ventura texted him, "What the F? Really?" I think it will always be black and white. "You threw out all my SHIT. Yeah, see what I'm saying right here? What the F? Really? I think it'll always be black and white. "You threw out all of my SHIT. It goes on to say, in later messages, she said, "You best my head in. You beat my head in." Later correcting it to beat. "You beat my head in. You are crazy," Holmes responded. "Let's stop talking. You dead wrong. Flipping on me for what? Flipping on me for what?" And you can see it on the screen here. These are some of the messages that have just been played in court before the jury went out. He responds, or she responds, "Ain't flipping. I can come back so we can talk, but you know I fight," Ventura texted him. In later messages, Combs said, "So we're clear this time. We're taking a break. This is really how you want to leave this. You sure?" She responds, "No. I just don't want to be beat down for being defiant or ever," Ventura responded. "You treat me and make me feel like I don't matter." More confirmation that she's accusing of Diddy not treating her right and treating her like she does not matter. But Combs writes, "You started all of this. It's her fault. You started all this." She responds, "I guess I'm not down with the abuse. It doesn't make sense to me." She later wrote,
Hello.
Hello, Douglas.
Hello.
Hey, this is Region 3. I'm not sure that you were interested in opening an account in North Carolina.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have questions?
Yeah, the account is for an associate of mine who lives in Durham.
Okay.
So I was trying to get a referral to see if you guys service the Raleigh-Durham area.
We actually do, but there's really a few jobs in that area. But we do, yeah.
Well, I got a recruit that's interested in joining the team, but they live in Durham. But I'm quite sure they have a list of zip codes that they service. So I am trying to see if you can reach out to her. She got she runs a photography company and she does appliance repair. And I was just trying to reach out and see if you can get her to join the team.
Okay, we can definitely take a look into that. If you can share her phone.
Okay, stand by.
Okay.
I've got 910 286 3200. And her name is Nicole.
All right. Name, please?
Her name is Nicole Davis. And she's got over 6 years experience.
Okay, I'm sorry, Douglas. I can't hear. I'm not sure if you're on mute.
Oh, you're on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She's 6 years experience. Her name is Nicole Davis.
Nicole. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll reach out, okay?
All right. And I'll let her know to expect your call.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name again?
Lily.
Lily. All right, Lily. Thank you so much for calling me.
All right, welcome. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hello.
Her name is Lily. I told her you got 6 years experience, and I told her that you run a photography business as well as an appliance repair business. So she's gonna need your business, your business number, that number that you get from the state. She's gonna need your LLC number.
I don't have an LLC number. I have I got an EIN number.
That's good enough. But her name is Lily. She just called me and she's calling you. 6 years experience. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then if something's confusing, text me right away and I'll tell you what to say. But she's getting ready to call you. She said there's not much work in the Raleigh-Durham area, so I'm guessing they thinking about Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, the outskirts of Raleigh-Durham. So what they're going to need is the zip codes that you're willing to service. Okay?
Okay.
All right, get ready.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
All right.
All right, love you.
All right. Love you too.
And hey, you there?
Yeah.
I might, if you get it, I might just come and ride with you for a couple of jobs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you get the feeling of it. All right, get ready for the call.
All right.
La 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 la.
All right.
Bye. La 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 la. I ain't mean for y'all to hear that shit.
But then Diddy's response, I'm hurt. You have disrespected so much in the last 12 months. It's all her fault. You disrespected so much.
I had to turn you to a prostitute.
Oh, whoa, wow. You think you talking to on SIC of your little F-boys.
I think you talked to one of you little sick faggot boys.
They can have you with that SHIT. I'm not taking no more. Oh. Later in the conversation, Combs asked Ventura if she had ever gotten numbers for female escorts. Ooh. Ventura texted Combs on March 18th, 2017. You're at a point in your life where you want to party and have a good time. And I have to focus or I'll never become anything. She also wrote, I had so much fun in Miami, then I realized I opened the door to that being my sole purpose is seeing you. I knew if I said no to it in New York, it wouldn't have been a problem, she continued. It would have been a problem. You treat me like a hooker, to be honest. You always want to call one, and you have one. This hooker has been here for 10 years. Oh, wow. Wow, he says. She flat out said, you treat me like a hooker, to be honest. You always want to call one, and you have one. This hooker has been here for 10 years. So these are some of the stuff that's being played in the courtroom here, ladies and gentlemen. Text messages. She's calling him out. He's responding by saying, more or less, it's your fault. You're messing everything up. That's good. It's unbelievable. You know, every time she calls him out on craziness, he more or less responds and blames it on her. Says, you're messing up a good thing. You disrespected everything. Not me. Also, folks, it's more corroboration about hookers, prostitutes. Prostitutes. Validating the case, the RICO case, when it comes to the crimes. I mean, it's mentioning on top of testimony, but also in written communication. We're still on break. Welcome aboard JLR Investigates. Text between Diddy and Cassie over the years being played in court. We are here watching this case unfold, and we're on a break. So we got probably about another hour and a half at this point. Break should be coming back in just a few minutes, and then we'll get the Homeland Security agent to testify about this. But here we are. Day 27 could be the last person to testify, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I want to see if there's any clips of Brendan Paul leaving the court to find out if he said anything, any comment. what he said. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Texts are being played or have been played. Now the defense wants 4 of these messages played. We'll see what happens there, of what exactly they are, what they consist of. Most likely Cassie saying that she wants a freak off or anything in that sense. Ventura said Combs was about possession, not love. In a text message from Ventura to Combs on May 2nd, 2017, the former girlfriend said she didn't deserve to be beaten by him. That's not love, that's possession, Ventura wrote to him. In an apparent reference to the infamous 216 video beating, she told him that as soon as you get effed up, you drag me down the hall by my hair. Combs also says back that Ventura wasn't being grateful. Despite the brutal beating Combs inflicted on Ventura, the defendant still chastised her for not being grateful to him. In that May 2nd, 2017 text, Combs told Ventura that everyone else sees you acting like a bitch. If I did that for another girl, she would have been so nice and happy, Combs wrote, adding that wish I didn't waste my time and energy on her. That same day, Ventura appeared to Combs' chief of staff, KK, for help. Sure, you don't want to get involved, but no one deserves to get dragged by their hair. So again, KK also gets dragged into this, which the prosecution is clearly showing KK is involved. KK knew. Cassie expressing her feelings to KK about the situation. On top of everything else that's been talked about, KK trying to get that tape, trying to track down the hotel security, all that stuff. It just shows that KK is part of this too. I was scared of your rage, Ventura told Combs in a text message. This is coming from CNN, a new report. Before the break, prosecutor Schmeiser showed the jury a text thread between Ventura and Combs from May 2nd, 2017. Ventura said in part, "You get effed up. You drag me down the hall by my hair. I'm 30 years old. This isn't play anymore." Magnolia put something up on the screen that's interesting. I just want to stop it.
You have a message.
Yes. Sweating bullets during this trial, and they're scared to death that they'll be name dropped. 50 Cent in his little Family Matters meme video has Jay-Z on the milk carton. Remember the milk carton that says missing, and has Jay-Z? They are carefully monitoring the situation. That's according to media reports. They're worried. Somebody said Jay-Z is one stop. I don't think Jay-Z's one stop, but it just shows some interesting things, considering that Jay-Z's dealing with some RICO stuff himself, Rock Nation, considering that Jane has testified about Kanye West and his girlfriend and the birthday freak off in Vegas. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they escaped that lawsuit that was filed against them. But they're like sweating bullets here. They're worried. They're probably in this chat, or maybe their people are in this chat. They're probably watching. or keep, this could be Jay-Z right now. Instead of Jay-Z making music, Jay-Z could be refreshing his screen like every minute while Inner City Press is tweeting. He's either watching JLR Investigates, some others that are covering this case, or constantly refreshing his screen. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're probably like refreshing their screen like over and over, because that's kind of like what we're doing. We're refreshing our screens to get the updates. That's what the media is reporting. They are carefully monitoring the situation. Anyone that has done a freak off in the past is probably watching this case thoroughly to make sure any of their names or connections to them or dots get thrown their way. Crazy. This is the report here I'm reading now. I was scared of your age, Ventura told Combs in a text message. Scared of your age. Before the break, prosecutor Schmeiser showed the jury a text thread between Ventura and Combs, May 2nd to 17. About a year after the hotel incident. Ventura said in part, "You get effed up. You drag me down the hall by my hair. I'm 30 years old. This isn't play anymore." "30 years old. We don't play like this. This isn't play anymore." Remember, Diddy groomed her. She also said, "I was scared of your rage. I talk out of line sometimes, and I do apologize, but that doesn't mean I don't love you, or your love shouldn't equate to what you do for me." Now, here's one thing it says here. Boris had to tackle you, Puff. That's not love. That's possession. I have bleeding cuts. Combs told Ventura she was unappreciated for a night he planned for her and said, "I'm not going to let someone crap on me when all I've done is be nice." He wrote, "Any other woman in the world would have been so happy, and you're whack for not keeping it real when I and everyone knows you was acting like a bitch." Combs told Ventura, "You need to ask someone how you were acting," and said, "Talk to your people. They'll tell you, or they won't. Because all they do is suck you. KK won't. Talk to her." Cassie texted KK, "I'm sure you don't want to get involved, but he said I was an a-hole, which I owe, that no one deserves being dragged by their hair. I locked the door for my safety." KK aware. KK's clearly aware. KK is clearly aware. More proof KK is aware of the stuff that's going on. Yet, the word that we use often on the channel is deliberate indifference. She turned a complete blind eye to this, folks. A complete blind eye. She works for the enterprise. She works for Combs's Enterprises, right? Yeah. So there you go there. Are we back from break yet? Might be back in a minute or two. And then Homeland Security Joseph C. will be testifying. Could be the last prosecution witness for the day, they might rest today. Let's see. And a juror has a son graduation to attend today. That's why they'll be short today. Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. 6/20/2025. Summer is here. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot. Case is still hot. Lots still going on. A lot is still going on. We're watching in real time. How's Jay-Z and Beyonce doing? What are they doing right now? I really do think they're watching. I really do think Fat Joe is watching. All right, Jory's back. All right, Jory is back. We're done the break. The break is done. Jory is back. All right, so we know the Jory back. Welcome back. Guess who's back? Jory's back. Jory's back. Jory's back. Jory's back. Jory's back. Jory's back. The Jory's back. Diddy created a monster. And nobody, no. All right, so Jory's back. AUSA, let me read again. I had read the wrong version. Miss Ventura to Mr. Combs. You want to party and have a good time. I have to focus or ever become anything. You treat me like a hooker for 10 years. I love our freak-offs when we both want it. Ha! So what the defense just called out the prosecution by saying when they read that before, they forgot to add the ending here. You see the end? I love our freak-offs when we both want it. Well, the prosecution didn't add that before when they were reading it. And that's what the defense said. They were like, yo, they're not including everything. So the prosecution was trying to sneak that in without adding at the end, I love our freak-offs. So the prosecution had to read this again. With the inclusion of Cassie in this, I love our freak-offs when we both want it. So she had to reread it. Well, that's interesting right there. Because the judge said the prosecution can read it. So they try, I'll admit the prosecution tried to pull a fast one there and tried to share a conversation, but didn't put the whole conversation in, the back end of it. They did. They tried to sneak that in, and the defense called it. Was like, yo, add the ending. That means that there are times she does not want it. Exactly.
This guy.
So I don't think that helps the defense in any way when we both want it. But there has been testifying all across this trial where she didn't want it. Exactly. When we both want it. There's times where she didn't want it. I agree. Stupid of the defense to insist on reading that part. It obviously means she didn't want and was forced or coerced. So, could that a strategy backfired on the defense? By insisting that the prosecution puts in that? Or is the defense just seeing short-sighted here by saying, I love our freak-offs, to imply that Cassie loves freak-offs? Even if it's just a few, she loves freak-offs. Therefore, if she loves freak-offs, she's with it. It's consensual. And all it takes is one time, Brandon says, one time, and it's a crime. No means no. You all know that. You live in a world No means no. Even if you've done something before, doesn't give you a blank check to do the same thing over and over with somebody because they agreed on something before. No means no. Pretty much on anything in life, right? Even if you're, at one point, if you agree to something before and you disagree later and want to stop it, no means no. I think it even implies if no means no and then you want to do it again, but then no means no. No means no. All right, so Special Agent Joseph C. is now on the stand. Okay, so he's on the stand. They're done with that. She just wanted to just add that in. All right, so the agent is on the stand, according to CNN. The defense has no defense. All right, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The agent, the Homeland we'll see what he investigated. I think this has to do with the Brendan Paul arrest, but we shall see. We'll just see. Homeland Security. Dude, it's so deep. You got Homeland Security. All right, so I'm waiting for this to come up. Prepare for the Homeland Security investigator to take the stand. That is who is up. Homeland Security investigator. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. JLR investigates. All right, so could be the next. All right, so this investigator. Okay, so he's more of a. Okay, we got what this investigator is going to be talking about. He was not involved in the case. He reviewed charts of evidence compiled by the prosecutors to confirm the information in the charts correspond with the underlying exhibits, which include thousands of pages of text messages as well as phones and financial records. So he's more like a summary witness. Similar to what Penland and Sankar, remember Sankar, the Paraliga, and Penland, he's the same way. He's confirming the information in the charts corresponds with underlying exhibits. So it's more like receipts. He's the receipts. And he's going to go through all these pages and pages of text messages, phone records, and financial records. So now we got what he's about. So it wasn't to do with Brendan Paul. Because I was thinking, like, what could this agent testify that the other ones didn't? Each agent testified about this stuff. All right. My name is Joseph C. of Homeland Security Investigations. 18 years. How many records have you reviewed for the charts in this trial? Thousands. What is the only female named in this chart? Jane. All right, Jane. Jane records. It's all about Jane. Jane Doe. He's reviewed thousands of records. Think about this. Jane, relationship, Jane 2021 up to arrest, basically. And there are thousands of records against Diddy regarding Jane. Thousands of records. Correspondence, flight records, phone records, thousands. That's why I think the jury's going to deliberate for a while, because they're going to have to review all these records. Don't you think? I think the jury gets to see these same thousands of records. Thousands of records centered around this case. And his primary is Jane.
You have a message. Yeah.
All right, so they're posting a photo. I trust the source here, so I'm gonna get his photo up here in a second. I'm getting it together. We got a face to the agent. So we'll get this up shortly. Stand by. All right, so thousands and thousands. My goodness. Special Agent, U.S. Department of Homeland Security. We might get into one of those things where it's all like kind of like a lull while the jury looks at things, similar to what Penland did in Sandcar. Just might get into this lull, possibly. But now he's probably saying, you know, a lot of these agents come on and they start describing their credentials. I've been an agent for this long, and I did comprehensive investigations, this, that, and the other. Yeah, so we're waiting on an update. And prosecution is tying Jane directly to the evidence, and I think this is all going to corroborate things that Jane has testified in the past too. It's all about the corroboration. Going back to prosecutor enters Ventura's text messages about loving freak-offs. That, remember, the loving the FOs. Before the agent took the stand, the defense entered a 218 or text message from Ventura into evidence. I love our freak-offs when we both won it, she wrote. The defense has taken every opportunity to show some element of dual consent when it comes to Combs and his girlfriends having sex. Dual consent. Consensual. I'll call it the consensual defense. Here's the agent. Here's the agent. So here's a face to the agent. He reviewed thousands of records. Agent Joseph C. Been there for 18 years. Not a rookie cop. Not someone new on the force. Almost 2 decades. He knows his stuff, right? He knows how it all works. Just like any of you work in your career for 10 years, 5 years, even 5 years. You would think 5 years or more, you have top-notch experience at your job. He's worked there for 18 years. So he's not this little rinky-dink rookie cop that comes in, learning the ropes. This guy's been around a minute. He's already investigated very high-profile cases, including the 217 Times Square bomber. I think his name was Ullah Akyed. Turn off the screens. More secrecy. All right. All these exhibits must be provided by Monday, June 23rd. No time given. What's the name of the hotel? One Hotel, South Beach. Philip Pines. 522/23/21, $3,050.90 for one night. Likely explicit, folks. Explicit documents being shared right now in the court. Dealing with a hotel. June 23rd. June 23rd for the amount of $3,050.90. What could this be? A lot of secrecy. This guy might be just like sharing documents and exhibits, and half the stuff we'll never get to see what it is. It's all good though. It's getting them in. The jurors get to see what it is. The jurors get to see this. So we'll see exactly what they're talking about. We're here watching continuous coverage of the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. Agent Joseph C. is on the stand. We take you to one hotel. One hotel. Let me check out the one hotel. I'm going to Google one hotel and see what's up. Anybody stay there before? South Beach. This is Jane. 2341 Collins Avenue. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice there. One hotel. Yeah, it looks like when you're staying in the rooms, it looks like the rooms is right on the ocean. So look out the balcony. The rooms are pretty nice. Average night stay at one hotel south is $551
a night.
I just looked at Expedia, Priceline, Hotels.com, Booking.com. So it's a good one. It's a good one. But you see a price there, $3,050. One hotel.
So you stay there a week.
Looks like some sort of freak off happened there, right? Now, yeah. I guess this is at the time where Jane is just getting acclimated with Combs. They're both starting out their relationship, right?
Sucking and lucking.
They're in the course of the relationship. Unless I got the years wrong. Strange. They're not really necessarily saying the year here. 5/22/23/21, June 23rd. It's May 22nd and 23rd, 2021. All right, so again, we're kind of like in this lull because they're discussing this sexually, I'm assuming sexually explicit exhibit. Let's see what the Independent has to say. Anything additional? Now, the Independent still, they're all honing back in on Mr. Paul. We kind of moved on from Paul. Unless I see something really stick out. So we're at one hotel. Pretty nice hotel at one hotel. Did y'all listen to the Gina video? We're on a screen. Everything's sealed, so we're just waiting. Everything is sealed. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Look at this. New report out by a statement by Brian Bieber, who is an attorney for Brendan Paul. He was subpoenaed to come to court and tell the truth, which he did word for word. now that Brendan has finally had the opportunity to tell the full story about his employment, we are hopeful that the last 15 months of defamatory statements about him will cease. His attorney said outside the courthouse. So his attorney did give a statement. He's saying the last 15 months, people have been saying defamatory statements against Brendan Paul, and hopefully they will cease. Now that he's testified to tell the full story about his employment. I guess people for all these years have been saying things about Brendan Paul. Cease. Stop it. Maybe they'll file some lawsuits against people. Cease and desist. All right, and this flight, HSIC, Jane by JetBlue from New York to Miami, with the public screens off, play the Instagram videos, loud music. Does the metadata match up? Yes. All right, so it's corroboration of Jane flying into Miami, JetBlue. Welcome to JetBlue. I don't know if y'all ever flew a JetBlue. I like JetBlue flights. They got the little screens on and in the chair you can watch TV. JetBlue. New York to Miami. Jane flying in, documented. I guess this is also going to be talked about. One hotel, metadata matches. It's just proof. It's corroboration. It's proof. I just don't like the public screens being, taken off, but it is what it is. Yeah, the title of that article, the last report says, Paul's attorney says he was never a drug mule. So, cut it out. Don't call him a drug mule anymore.
Don't call him a drug mule. He's been here for years.
He's not a drug mule. Some people still think he's a drug mule. I mean, you're out there sending drugs all over the place, picking up drugs and getting drugs for someone.
Yeah.
Which he pretty much said on the record here. Brendan just wants to move on with his life, right?
Yeah.
And as we said previously, we wish him well. Hopefully he gets a success, learns from this. I'm sure a lot of these employees are traumatized. It doesn't seem like Brendan Paul wants to be in the spotlight at all from this, and doubt that he tries to capitalize off this fame. It seems like he's really low-key. He just wants to move on. Some people like this type of moment. Uses it opportunities. All right, so yeah, they're just talking about a flight records, Jane. I'm sure he's going to talk about more flight records. People are sharing photos of this hotel. It's nice. It's a nice hotel. Welcome to Miami. Jane's literally listening to Will Smith. I'm going to Miami. Welcome to Miami. When she's flying, going to Miami. I'm in Miami. Welcome to Miami. Think of Miami like the Miami Vice music. South Beach. Diddy thought he was smart and trying to take his talents to South Beach. How'd that end up? How did that end up for Diddy? South Beach freak-offs. One hotel. Any comment from the hotel? All right. More stuff being played, secrecy stuff only the jury hears. It's supposed to be an open trial. We're supposed to have an open trial here. Again, more secrecy, things that we don't know what the jury is hearing. I wonder if all the secrecy stuff that the defense is going to use to justify on an appeal, too, when it comes to if he loses, which he will at some, I'm sure he'd get convicted, if not all of it, on some of it, but appeal by saying you kept stuff secret, it's supposed to be a public trial. Maybe the defense wants the stuff out there. Maybe they want it sealed. Nice day in New York. It's going up to the low 80s. We're just waiting. A lot of secret stuff going on right now in the federal courthouse. Temperature's 80 degrees. 80 degrees, going up to 83. 83. Already I drank my third cup of coffee. Shoo. We don't have an update. We don't have an update. We're waiting. Maybe we should play the suspense music. A little suspense music. Keep the suspense. They're reviewing things in secrecy to the jury. Will the civil cases be televised? Federal court, no. Nothing gets televised in federal court. Transcripts come out, but nothing gets televised. Wish they would change that, both civilly and criminally.
Yeah.
State? Yeah, I think some, right? State? Civil suits? Some states, they'll put trials, both criminal and civil. Other states, not so. Other states, discretion at the judge. There's a few states left that don't have any cameras in the courtroom. I know Pennsylvania's one of them. Indiana's one, but they just allowed it at the discretion of the judge. This is the modern times. We should have the right to see this stuff in real time. We really should. This is not the dark ages. Openness and transparency. So stuff is being played. That's what's happening, folks, in the court right now. Stuff is being played. Screens, public screens are off. What do we got? I keep refreshing the screens. See if anything gets mentioned that I don't see. We're waiting, folks. Yeah, this is more of a summary witness. This is the same. We're parallel, similar to what Penland and Sandcar did. Just there'll be little gaps in between every 5 minutes or so. Something will come out, trickle out, and then it'll go blank. Not as fast and fluid as these other witnesses when it comes to this type of charts and graphs and documents, exhibits. Last time with Penland, they would listen to literally like 10, 20, 30 minutes of freak-offs. Oh, and I put out the tweet too. I thought it was kind of ironic that that juror called in sick with vertigo just less than 24 hours after viewing a freak-off. Made me wonder if that juror got dizzy because the juror watched these crazy freak-offs. The freak-offs got to be traumatizing for an outside party to watch this. The group.
All right, we'll be back. Last stop, Calton, Georgia.